Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here, returning to you again tonight for another album review for the next Silverstein Marathon Studio album review for their fifth album, Rescue, that I got a chance to listen to for myself to see what I was going to think of this record. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 18 songs. I'm including the deluxe edition with this. And I'll let you know my thoughts on this record overall. So let's dive right into this album review. Now, basically, it starts with Medication, and off the bat, Shane Told's screaming vocals are really good in this one. And I like how his clean vocals sound really well done with how he's singing. And it's pretty well done track, meaning the guitar work and the drum work is the best part about the song too. And the intro's pretty good too, so basically 5 out of 5 for this track. Sacrifice is another great track in my opinion. I really enjoyed this track, definitely a banger. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Forget Your Heart, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it at first, but it grew on me. And Shane Told's vocals are pretty outstanding, so this is a 5 out of 5. Intervention is another great track. I like the melody and the scream vocals from Shane Told is pretty good, classic, basically. So it's really spot on good, basically. So I'd give this a 5 out of 5 too. It's one of my favorite tracks, Intervention. Good Luck with Your Lives is actually a pretty good song. It's very melodic, but it sounds really nice in certain areas in the track. I mean, there's some pretty good drum work in this track that I really enjoyed, so this is a 5 out of 5. Texas Mickey, featuring Anthony Ranieri of Bayside, is actually a really good track. I really enjoyed this song, and the demo version's pretty good too, which I will be discussing about soon. But still, Anthony Ranieri sounded really good towards the end of the track. He comes in, like the last moments of the track, I guess you could say, like in the 1 minute and 50-second area of the song. But still, great song, so 5 out of 5. The Artist, featuring Brendan Murphy of Counterparts, really rockish track. I really enjoyed this. I definitely would headbang to this song, and it sounds really good. Mixing wise and production, it's pretty well done. And Shane Told's vocals are great, along with Brendan Murphy singing along with him, harmonizing with scream vocals. They sound really good together. So this is a great song for Silverstein and Brendan Murphy of Counterparts to do a song together. So 5 out of 5. Burning Hearts is a great track in my opinion. I really enjoyed this song for how it sounded, and I really like Shane Told's vocals in this track. Sounds really good. There's some scream moments that sound pretty good, but majority wise he does a lot of clean vocals. So this is a 5 out of 5. Darling Harbor had an odd melody, but I think it more upbeat melody, but it still sounded good for what it was going for. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5 for this track too. I really enjoyed this track as well. Live to Kill was great. I love Shane Told's screaming vocals in this track, and just the drum work and guitar work is outstanding. Instrumentally, it's a great track, and mixing and production is pretty well done. 5 out of 5. Replace You, I really like this song. This is the studio version I listened to. I even like the acoustic version as well. And I'd give this a 5 out of 5 for Replace You. In Memory Of is the last song on the regular edition, and it sounds really good for what it's going for. A lot of screaming vocals, a lot of things happening in this track that sound really outstanding as the closing track. So this is a 5 out of 5. Great closing track. Definitely rocks for sure. Burning Hearts acoustic sounds really nice with the acoustic work. And this is the start of the deluxe edition that I'm going to be talking about. So I'd give this a 5 out of 5 too. Really like the acoustic guitar work in this track, and Shane Told's vocals are pretty good. Texas Mickey demo is actually sounds the same as the original, but besides Anthony Ranieri in the track, because that's the only thing they did not have in the demo version, but still sounded really good. So this is a 5 out of 5. Intervention demo sounded really good. I really enjoyed this track too. Definitely rocks. So another 5 out of 5 for this one. In Memory of demo is really good as well. Even though the original track's pretty good, this one's pretty good too. Sounds almost identical, but it still sounds pretty interesting. So 5 out of 5. Dancing on My Grave was a pretty good regular track for the deluxe edition, and I really enjoyed this track. And I like Shane Told's screaming vocals in this track. It's really good, in my opinion, and I highly recommend you check this song out too. So 5 out of 5. Then comes the closing track, Replace You, acoustic, and that is one of my favorite acoustic tracks that I've listened to close this whole record out. It is great. It is amazing with Shane Told's vocals. He really hits one high note to another high tenor, all that stuff. And it sounds amazing. So this is a 5 out of 5. Great closing track in my opinion. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, this is another one of my favorite excellent albums by Silverstein. Another 10 out of 10 for sure. So yeah, that's the rating I'm giving it. So for a score, for me, I'm giving this an excellent rating of a 10 out of 10. It was spot on good. Definitely hit it right in the nail with this record, with how it's executing, production and mixing wise, and just overall Shane Told's vocals sound amazing. This is one of my personal favorite Silverstein albums, along with Discovering the Waterfront. Still, the other records are pretty good, but this kind of puts the icing on the cake, meaning I really enjoyed this a lot more than Discovering the Waterfront. I think this would be my number one favorite, along with Discovering the Waterfront being the in second place mostly. Still was a really good album, Discovering the Waterfront, but this one was my favorite. So, yeah, 10 out of 10 for Silverstein Rescue for their 2011 album, for their 5th studio album. And I will be returning to you for the Short Songs album review, which will be the next one that I'll be reviewing. So with that being said, thank you for watching this album review tonight.